Greetings, everyone. My name is Andy Anderson, and welcome to Final Cut Pro. Well, welcome to Andy's 10 deal breaker features. I don't know why it's not 9 or 11 or 8 or 12. It's 10, probably because we have 10 digits on our hands, I'm sure. These 10 features, I call them deal breakers. Understand something, and this is really important. Your workflow will determine the deal breakers that you use. But these are 10 really good features. They're not all new. They're just good, solid features. And so my number 10 is background rendering. Now, like iMovie, Final Cut Pro constantly renders clips in the background, so you can continue working while all that stuff is going on behind the scenes. We used to have to press Command R to render clips, and that's not necessary anymore. It's all done in the background. So my number 10 is background rendering. My number 9, Audition. You have a couple of takes of a particular area that you're using on your timeline. Maybe it's, different camera angles. Whatever it is, you would like to try different clips in those areas. And in Final Cut Pro, you can use something called Audition. I love that feature, where you can, in a sense, audition different clips for that particular section. My number 9 is Audition. My number 8 is Compound Clips. Final Cut Pro now allows for editors to eliminate timeline clutter by collapsing an entire group of elements into one compound clip. And that whole mess of clips, if you will be collapsed into one segment on your timeline. And then you can move, duplicate it, even edit while working on the remainder of your timeline. That's a nice feature, compound clips. Number 7, inline clips. We all know about this magnetic timeline that we use. If you want to activate the inline editor in a clip, all you have to do is double-click on any edit point, and it allows you to trim your work without ever leaving the timeline. I do like that feature, inline editing on a clip. Number 6, keyword ranges. For example, you have in your library a clip, and there are two areas in the clip that are different. You don't want to split the clip, but you want to be able to get to that information very quickly. You can keyword a range of a clip. That's pretty cool. That's my number 6. Number 5, smart collections. iTunes has these things, so does iPhoto and iMovie. And now we've got them too. Smart collections allow me to organize my clips in a host of unique ways, all without ever having to move or copy the raw media to another location. If you've got a favorite combination of metadata and keywords, you can use it. Smart collections is my number 5. Number 4, audio in video fade handles. Now that may seem like, okay, big deal. But when you're doing a lot of work in audio and in video, you're typically doing simple fades and volume control on audio. You can do all of this from the timeline using audio in video fade handles. Number 3, placeholders. You're working on your timeline. You have, let's say a 22-second gap, a clip you don't have yet. It's going to be two people talking, on a hillside. What do? Now, yes, you can put a gap in there, but using something called a placeholder gives you a visual description of exactly what is supposed to be in that place. When you get the clip, you just replace the placeholder with the clip. You're done. Number 2, effects. Yes, just effects. Plain old ordinary, a ton of them, different kinds of effects that you can use inside of Final Cut Pro. You even have things that I would define as effects, because everything is non-destructive, as things like color correction. All kinds of things can be done with effects. That's my number 2. And my number 1 is chroma keying. Now, chroma keying, and again, number 1 doesn't mean my favorite, but Final Cut Pro has really gone to great leaps in how it works with chroma keying. As you're going to find out, there are 2 things that really help with chroma keying: the right color of the chroma, green or blue typically, and good lighting. If you do those 2 things, you can put me anywhere from, in front of a green screen to, Paris. Doesn't matter. Final Cut Pro does excellent chroma keying. Well, I'll tell you what, that's about it. But there are so many other things in this program. I want you to make up your own 10 deal breakers. Let me tell you what, though. Let's go ahead and get started. What do you say?